The Serious Fraud Office has decided formally to accept the Libor matter for investigation, David Green, the head of the Serious Fraud Office, said today. Barclays were of course fined $290 million for fixing these rates, and the scandal will involve more banks as the FSA further its investigation. The upshot is that the bankers who earned billions in bonuses have done so through fraud. Therefore, they should be in prison. Although this clip is in America, the same applies here. The banksters should be in jail.
Here's a question. Why isn't Wall Street in jail? It's a question I love. It's also the title of a great new expose in Rolling Stone. Reporter Matt Taibbi, who I'll talk to in just a moment, wanted to find an answer to that question, so he started looking into it. And a Senate investigator gave him this spoiler alert. Quote, "Everything's effed up and nobody goes to jail." That's the whole story right there.
Let's hope the Serious Fraud Office leads to arrests and they throw away the bloody key. But on the very same day that this is announced, we have a startling article from the Telegraph titled "Bank of England warns banks need more capital." The article goes on to say that the Bank of England says that our banks do not have enough money to survive an escalation in the Eurozone crisis. Members of the Financial Policy Committee, the bank's risk regulator, judged that the overall capitalisation of the banking system was unlikely to be sufficient for stability to be assured if there were severe but plausible developments in the sovereign debt crisis. Here we go again. So what the Bank of England is in fact saying, without coming out and saying it, is that the taxpayers are going to have to bail out the banks again in the near future, because the Eurozone crisis is only going to get worse. I wouldn't put it past David Cameron to stand up in the Commons with a look of desperation on his face and make some ridiculous excuse as to why we have to pay billions more to the banks and take on trillions more of their liabilities and pay for it with more spending cuts. And again, the banks would sit on this cash and pay massive bonuses to themselves for a job well done. Heck, we wouldn't want to lose the fantastic banking talent to the overseas companies now, would we? Actually, yes, we would. They're obviously useless at their job because they got us in this mess in the first place. And do you know what? Because the general public are so zombie-like, they're literally in a trance. I believe they would accept this hands down. This is never gonna end. In a couple more years they'll require another bailout, then another bailout. We'll have to pay for this with more austerity and more spending cuts. This will only stop when we do what Iceland did and say no to the bankers. 93% of their country's debt was found to be the bank's debt, not the people's, so they said to hell with the banks, let them go under. This is the only way the problem is going to be fixed. Otherwise, it's perpetual debt and austerity. Is that really what you want? It's up to you and me. If we don't want this, we need to start doing something about it. Now.